Hi everyone, it's Dr. Ronnie here and happy Friday. It is time for another episode of Food Friday where I'm going through the best foods from eye health from A to Z. So today we're up to the letter E and I posted a quiz in my stories about what you guys thought E could be, the food for E could be. So the options were eggplant, everything bagel, eel, and egg. Now, luckily, most of you got the right answer. So about 2/3 of you voted for egg, which is the correct answer. The second most popular vote was eggplant. Close, but not exactly correct. And then maybe one or two people voted for everything bagel and eel. So I just threw those two in there. I didn't really expect people to vote for them, but the correct answer again is egg. So why are eggs so nutritious and healthy for our eyes as well as our bodies? Well, many reasons, but specifically for our eyes, the reason why eggs are so good is because of this, and it's hard for you to see because I don't want to tilt it too much and drop it, but it's the egg yolk. Now you see how it's got this beautiful yellow-orange color, this golden color. The reason it has this color is because it has two important pigments that are very good for the eyes. Can you guess what they may be? Well, if you've been following me, you probably know that those two pigments are what I call vitamins L and vitamin Z, but in reality, they're not vitamins, they're nutrients, pigments called lutein and zeaxanthin. Now, you may never have heard of these pigments before, but they are typically found in a lot of different plants, plant-based foods, but egg yolk is a great non-plant or animal source of lutein and zeaxanthin. So how much of this should you have? Well, each egg is about 44 grams in terms of weight. And if you have 2 egg yolks, that will provide you with 1 milligram of lutein and zeaxanthin. Now, the goal is to get at least 6 milligrams a day. So of course, that's not enough just to have 2 egg yolks and call it a day for your eyes, but you need to do better than that. So definitely include some of the other foods that are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, but 2 eggs a day will give you 1 milligram. Now that may not sound like that much, but in reality, most of us are very deficient in lutein and zeaxanthin. Most of us only get 1 milligram or 2 milligrams or less. So at least try to get that. Now, I know a lot of people ask me about eggs and cholesterol. So eggs have gotten a really bad rap because they do have cholesterol. They have about 162 milligrams of cholesterol per egg. But studies have shown, there's actually a big study done in the British Medical Journal published in 2013 that looked at the incidence of heart attack or heart disease and stroke in people who had eggs regularly. And they found that having 1 egg a day did not actually increase the risk of heart attack or stroke. Now, that was a big meta-analysis that was done. So again, there is no definite proof that having egg in moderation will necessarily be detrimental to your health. In reality, it has many other great nutrients other than lutein and zeaxanthin. So eggs also they're rich in vitamin A, vitamin D, they're also rich in B12 and folate, and of course protein. So again, many great nutrients for your eyes and your whole body. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about today, since we're talking about eggs, and I'm going to show you this. What kind of eggs should you get? Oh, this is upside down. So this is the kind that I bought. This is pasture raised. And you can see here it says pasture raised. So if you think about a regular egg, which is a caged hen, which comes from a caged hen, that hen is kept in a cage, and that cage is 67 square inches in area. So it's less than a foot. So it's about a little more than 8 by 8 inches. And that's how much room that hen has to live. And that's all they do is they lay eggs and they eat feed. Now, the next step up from that is a cage-free hen. And what a cage-free hen means is basically it's still kept in a barn, it's kept indoors. Perhaps it's not in a cage, but that cage-free hen has a little under a foot, so 12 by 12 square of room to live and produce eggs. Now, the next step up from that is a free-range hen. Now, what free-range hen means is they have about 2 feet per hen, so better than the caged hens and the cage-free hens. They have about 2 feet per hen, and they are allowed to go outside for certain limited periods in the day. So they do get a little bit of outdoor sunshine, but they are typically fed feed that comes from corn and soy. Now, pasture raised is kind of, I would say, the top of that, pyramid or that ladder in terms of how the animals are kept. So pasture raised means that the animals are actually kept outdoors all the time except for nighttime when they go indoors. And these animals, these hens, get 108 square feet per hen. And the way you know this is you can look at the box and it will say 108 square feet. So basically these animals are allowed to range to basically feed on whatever they want. They can have feed, but they can also eat grass, also eat soil as part of that. And so what ends up happening is that the eggs that these hens lay are actually more nutritious than caged or free range hens. So studies have shown that they have more vitamin A, more potassium, more copper, and more vitamin D, probably because they're out in the sunshine, they don't have stress, they're not in a competitive environment, they can go out and eat whatever they want and do whatever they want most of the day, so they actually lead better lives, these hens. So I know I spent a lot of time on this, but it was kind of like a little plug I wanted to get in there about getting pasture raised eggs. So yes, they may be a little bit more expensive, but I think from an environmental standpoint and from an animal welfare standpoint, it is the best thing to do. So that's all I have for today. I will see you next week. We're going to be talking about the letter F. Bye. Have a good weekend.